Chinese anime has been killing it this year when it comes to animation, and the very first episode of Supercube shows that. This guy clearly wanted to join the Aura farming gang as he just floats around majestically while dissecting entire buildings into cubes. The calm, overwhelming attitude as he descends onto his opponent is as OP as you can get. Unfortunately, like all the Chinese anime so far, the story is rather lackluster, but at least the animation remained consistent, unlike Ninja Kamui.
希望这次轮回会有不一样的结局。Narumi会長、それは簡単だ。
Kaiju 9 just pulled a super boo on Isao and then went on to outclass some of the strongest fighters in the Kaiju universe. Not only did they have to handle the psychological toll of losing a close one, but this version of Kaiju number 9 they were up against was still an incomplete form that has yet to get used to his newfound powers. Season 2 has been brutally superior to Season 1 with another badass OP moment. Things start off with Gaku disrespecting the teachers. He turned one of them into a weapon and sniped the sniper with a human bullet. Turns out this power difference was still with Gaku being severely nerfed. He was controlling a much weaker vessel and had a time lag, and yet he was still leagues above. And then the tables turned again when Sakamoto arrived. When you hear High School Girl Demon Lord, you are probably thinking of this, this, and this, and I don't blame you since that's the rule in anime. However, this little girl breaks that norm with her eyes alone. Her aura is leagues above others on this list, enough to induce a level of fear that drove veterans insane. They chose death over facing her. She wipes out entire parties with her mere presence. The season as a whole was alright, but the best fight was early on when Dante does a mercenary cleanup. This fight truly emphasizes how much faster he is compared to ordinary humans, and he made sure to enjoy that speed difference by absolutely trolling them. This really showed how much of a trickster Dante is. In fact, he didn't even kill them in the end because he doesn't need to. Don't be put off by the title or the Uglymug. Some of the fights have unexpectedly great animation. The anime itself overall may not be that impressive. It's about a wrongly convicted 34-year-old that isekai'd. The twist is that he chose to sacrifice his looks to become the absolute god of this new world. Most of the series was alright until episode 8, where the story really pushes forward and delivered this epic battle. Reincarnated as the 7th Prince continues with solid fights with decent animation. The highlight was when Tao got into that Gon stance. It was obvious how it was going to end, and as expected it was a brutal head kick, but you gotta hand it to the opponent for still managing to throw hands. If you want to see a whole video on brutal strikes, the link should appear at the top. The introduction episode was 50 minutes long, and that time was necessary to showcase how OP a Lord of the Dark Beasts is. In mere seconds, he killed off the strongest batch of heroes before going on to decimate an entire kingdom. Lazarus had generally more realistic fighters as opposed to everyone else on this list until the Ghost Assassin made his entrance. It went from parkour to John Wick level violence despite it being one knight versus an entire squad of guns. This is how you introduce an overpowered villain. Fire Force animation may not be great compared to earlier seasons, but that's because they saved the budget for Kurono. He didn't hold back in using up the budget while he tore down this kaiju with ease. The efficiency, the style, and that scythe choreography is on point as always. As a bonus, the Soul Eater references just keep on coming. Jinwoo's quest to level up his aura continues in this dungeon battle. As usual, he waits till the last moment to let the audience know how powerful his new enemies are before entering at the right time. Many of his fights are pretty one-sided, but this one stands out the most for the style in which he obliterates his enemies. Ending the enemy boss by controlling the enemy's general is as OP as you can get. In the line of work where men die young, we have a granddad. That itself is a big enough warning to not mess with this old man. Takamura is the definition of mastering a katana till it's an extension of your body. He demonstrates that with this diabolic scene of pressing the door handle open with his blade from the other side. His introductory fight puts him at the top of epic old men in anime. If Gaku can empty a room full of people in the blink of an eye, Takamura makes the entire room itself disappear.